Episode 6 begins with our two main leads. Munju listens to a song on the radio and tells Suno, "We couldn't stop the war." Suno replies, urging her to pretend as if it's just a normal day. Soon after, the two share a kiss. He takes her inside, and the moment grows intimate. Suno confesses, "I don't care whether the war happens or not. All I want is to escape with you." Munju agrees, saying she feels the same. Meanwhile, America sends a plane to attack them, but they manage to defuse the threat. Holding each other close, Munju asks Suno where he wants to go. He tells her of his dream to live in a desert. What follows is a scene of imagination, both of them sitting under the stars, talking. Suno opens up about his family, saying only his grandmother is still alive. Munju recalls her mother, how she tirelessly worked at the shop day and night, only to come home and collapse from exhaustion. Munju admits she always wanted to protect her mother, but failed. Suno asks if this is why she wants to stop the war, and she quietly agrees. The story then shifts to America, where a high-level meeting takes place. News about submarine surfaces, and the president remarks, "I knew submarine was real." Discussions follow about Anderson's viral video, and the urgent need to stop him. Elsewhere, Gongsun watches the news about America's failed attempt to wage war, thanks to their instruments being defused. She receives a call, likely from Anderson, who updates her on the situation. Anderson insists that while he can handle things for now, Munju is in grave danger and must be protected. Later, Gongsun delivers a powerful speech to his nation, assuring them that their country is safe for now and will continue to be protected against future attacks. Back at home, Munju and Suno watch the speech on TV. Munju remarks that Gongsun truly seems to care about the country. Soon after, Munju receives a call from Miji, who informs her that Changyi has regained consciousness. They connect via video call, and Changyi explains why he ran away and how his accident happened. He shows them a video from North Korea honoring Eunuch, revealing the shocking truth: Eunuch was actually a spy. Munju refuses to believe it at first, but Changyi insists. He recounts how the videos surfaced on Jun's telegram. When he confronted Eunuch, Eunuch admitted the truth and arranged a meeting location, but before Changyi could get there, his accident occurred. Munju realizes that the location mentioned is where Hannah lives. Suno pieces it together, suggesting that Hannah and Stella Young might be the same person. He recalls a conversation with Yoon-sung, who once showed him paintings from their travels across different countries that also supplied materials for creating submarine. Suno connects the dots, suspecting Stella Young's deeper involvement. Meanwhile, Hannah is seen arriving near a location to stay, accompanied by her son, who plays with Juni's grandmother. Hannah confesses her lifelong dream, to live peacefully with her family. She praises how Juni was raised with love and care, even though he wasn't Okun's biological son. When asked how she knew this, Hannah explains that Juni's grandmother told her. She adds, "Even though Juni wasn't your son, you were always there for him. I want to learn from you, to raise my son in the same way." In the closing scenes, Suno is shown chatting secretly, revealing his plan to escape that very night. He later talks to Munju about Hannah. Munju, filled with suspicion, says, "If Hannah really is Stella Young, then she must be the one who killed my husband." Suno, however, brushes it off, saying, "None of that matters anymore. We're leaving tonight." The plan is set. They will escape to Mongolia. A ship is scheduled to wait for them at night, ready to take them away. But just then, Mijin calls and tells them to turn on the news. The headlines are about Suno and Munju. The broadcast reveals that Suno has always stayed by Munju's side as her bodyguard, protecting her constantly. But the story takes a scandalous turn, hinting that he is much more than just a bodyguard. Soon, an audio recording leaks, their private conversation from last night, exposing their intimate moments. Everyone hears it, including Okun and Hannah. Munju, however, calmly declares that she has no regrets about what happened. Suno, determined, secures documents under his name and insists they must escape soon. In the next scene, he receives troubling information: Mongolia is no longer safe. Tourists there are being forced to leave, and the conditions have worsened. Preparing for danger, Suno readies his guns. He hands one to Munju and says, "I have to leave for a while, but I'll be back soon. If anyone comes here, you know what to do. I've already taught you how to use a gun." He then slips away. Moments later, Junuk's grandmother arrives, shaken by the news. She scolds Okun. How could she do this? After her husband's death, how could she be with another man? Meanwhile, Seo searches the house thoroughly, trying to find how their audio could have been leaked, but finds no hidden microphones. Munju replays the leaked recording again and again. Suddenly, she realizes something. The night they were together, she had taken off her necklace and placed it in a glass. She recalls how she once visited a shop and asked them to modify that necklace, unknowingly allowing a microphone to be placed inside. The scene reveals that their intimate conversation was recorded through this very necklace. At the same time, Ethan is shown at home, stepping out of the shower, only to be ambushed by Seo. A brutal fight breaks out. Seo pins him down, demanding, "Where are the devices? How did you get our private audio?" Ethan insists he installed no new bugs, claiming he had removed all earlier devices on Seo's orders. But then, Yunak arrives with his men. He confronts Seo, declaring, "You are a spy. You are under arrest." Seo denies it, saying he is innocent and that Yunak already knows this. Yunak accuses him of working for Ha-sung, the mysterious figure. He questions whether Seo's relationship with Munju was also part of a larger plan. Seo stays silent. He fights back, shooting one man and seizing a weapon. But Yunak taunts him, revealing that his men already know where Seo's grandmother is. He offers Seo a choice: take Munju and escape tonight from the port. She will be captured midway and branded as a spy, while you escape into the water to save yourself. Go back to your grandmother. That's your only chance. Seo, hearing this, lowers his gun. Yunak praises his decision, but his men immediately begin beating him. In the struggle, Seo's necklace falls to the ground, revealing the hidden device inside, proving that someone had been listening to all their conversations. Meanwhile, Munju prepares herself at home, gathers her strength, and leaves. Seo is dragged into an elevator by Yunak's men but fights fiercely, breaking free and escaping. He rushes home, only to find Munju gone. Desperate, he searches the forest, calling out her name. Munju hears his voice but doesn't reveal herself. Instead, she quietly walks away, collapses in exhaustion, and whispers, "What do I do now? There's no one left for me to go to." Just then, a video arrives on her phone, about the submarine. The person on the other side confirms, the submarine is real. When Munju asks its location, they reveal the exact port. And with this shocking revelation, the episode comes to an end. Now I will explain you 7th episode. The episode opens with Ethan sitting inside his car. Suddenly, Sun-woo appears behind him, pointing a gun. He demands, "Why didn't you tell me I was working for Ha-sung?" Ethan calmly replies that Yunhak had lied. Sun-woo was actually working for Stella Young. Sun-woo then warns him, "Fine. Find out everything about Stella Young and report back to me. If you don't, I'll kill you." Meanwhile, Munju calls Miji, desperately asking her to come and take her away. Soon, the group brings her back home. There, they connect with Anderson through a video call, showing him the submarine footage. Anderson confirms it's real. He explains that the chief engineer of the submarine had been shot recently and underwent surgery just yesterday. According to him, 2 submarines were being built, one a regular surface vessel, the other a nuclear submarine hidden underwater. Anderson further reveals that he was sent the video because, as a Korean American, he had promised he would do anything to prevent war. He wanted to prove that the submarine didn't exist, but now, the truth was undeniable. Meanwhile, in America, a high-level meeting was underway. Officials urged the president to authorize an attack, but the president refused, saying, "Until they strike first, we won't take action." Back in Korea, Munju confides in her colleague. She says the submarine is docked at the port and insists she must return there. Miji pleads with her not to, warning how many lives have already been lost because of it. Instead, she offers a plan. She'll arrange a ship to help Munju escape. But Munju ignores her advice. She turns to Changi, asking for his help to observe the situation at the port. Changi reluctantly agrees. In the next scene, they both arrive at the massive port. Changi suggests they split up to cover more ground. While searching, Munju notices someone suspicious and follows him. It turns out to be Sun-woo. Shocked and heartbroken, she confronts him. "Why did you betray me? Why did you deceive me? You claimed to love me. Was that all part of the plan?" Sun-woo looks pained and admits, "I had no choice. All I ever wanted was to protect you. You've done nothing wrong. It was me, I needed you." But Munju pulls out her gun. There's only one thing I'm grateful to you for: you taught me how to shoot. When I was broken before, you were there for me. But this time, I won't break again. I'm leaving. Don't follow me, or I'll pull the trigger. With that, she walks away. Later, Munju and Changyi leave together. Changyi asks about Sun-hoo. He admits he had doubts about him at first, but now he believes Sun-hoo might be a good man. Munju cuts him off, saying firmly, "No. Don't trust him. He's not coming back here." Suddenly, she feels nauseous, rushes out of the car, and vomits. As she steps outside, she notices the sea. Then, she hears a phone ringing inside her pocket. Puzzled, she realizes Sun-hoo must have slipped it in when they last met. On the phone, she notices a strange number. Meanwhile, Ethan uncovers more information about Stella Young and shares it with Sun-hoo. Through his own investigation, Sun-hoo finally discovers the shocking truth: Hannah is, in fact, Stella Young. Hannah is at home, getting herself ready to leave. She takes a small weapon along with a single bullet, just in case something happens, so she can end her own life. In the next scene, we see Miji visiting Munju. She informs her that a lawyer from Argentina, named Josh, has been trying to get an appointment for quite some time and now wishes to meet her. Munju agrees, and soon Josh is brought in. The four of them sit down for a meeting. Josh introduces himself and explains his background. 5 years ago, Junek's representative had contacted him, wanting to purchase 4 shell companies to gain control over Argentine real estate. One day, while Josh was at a restaurant, he learned about Junek's death. At that time, he had no idea who he was truly working for, but later discovered it was for Junek. The representative continued contacting him, but when Josh learned that Munju was Junek's widow, he decided to meet her directly. Then comes the shocking revelation: the so-called representative was none other than Stella Young. Everyone in the room is stunned. Josh asks if Junek had a child. Munju admits the truth, and Josh suggests that everything may revolve around inheritance, specifically, Junek's Argentine real estate, valued at 2 trillion won. Munju remarks bitterly that they want to kill her, but even her death wouldn't grant them the inheritance. Instead, she instructs Josh to investigate where the money for those shell companies came from. If he succeeds, she promises him a 5% commission. Josh agrees, vowing to put all his strength into the task. Meanwhile, Hannah steps before the media. She boldly admits that she was the one who leaked the audio of Sun-hoo and Munju. Then she reveals the shocking truth about herself: she had an affair with Junek, and they had a son together. Hannah further accuses Sun-hoo and Munju of killing Junek. The press bombard her with questions, but she refuses to answer further. At home, Akasan watches the interview unfold on television. Later, Hannah returns home, only to be confronted by Sun-hoo. He tells her that he has been searching for Stella Young, the woman who hired him to spy on Munju. Stella was known to work with the Russian mafia as a contractor, moving across different countries and even bringing in submarine parts. Hannah responds cryptically, saying she sounds interesting and that perhaps Stella is actually her. But Sun-hoo counters, "I know who you really are, you're the daughter of the North Korean ambassador. Killing Munju directly won't benefit you. But if you accuse her of murdering Junek, you'll secure the inheritance." He then points out something unusual: the contract signed in Poland bore Stella Young's name, yet at that time Hannah was in Korea. That means, Sun-hoo concludes, there isn't just one Stella Young, there are 2. Hannah falls silent. Sun-hoo presses her for the truth, asking who the other Stella Young is. Hannah refuses to speak, even attempting to poison herself, but Sun-hoo stops her. A fight breaks out between them, and Sun-hoo overpowers her, demanding answers. "Tell me where the other Stella Young is. If you do, I can protect you and your son." In another scene, we see Junek questioning someone, asking, "Are you really Stella Young?" But her face is never revealed. Elsewhere, Changyi approaches Munju, confessing that Akasan had recruited him to spy on her. Suspicious of her involvement in Junek's death, Changyi had even installed spyware on her phone, giving Akasan access to all her conversations. Changyi now believes it was Akasan who leaked Munju's audio. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Yunhak visits his son, but Sun-hoo confronts him at gunpoint. He demands to know why Yunhak wanted Munju to be a spy. Yunhak explains that war is inevitable, but Munju is the only one trying to prevent it, and they cannot allow that. Sun-hoo argues, the submarine is just an excuse. The real reason for this war lies elsewhere. Tell me the truth, and I'll give you the identity of the real spy. But Yunhak remains silent. Back with Miji, she again urges Munju to escape to Argentina, revealing she has already arranged a ship. Your life is in danger, she pleads. But Munju refuses. Miji questions her, is this because of Sunhoo? Why isn't he here? Why hasn't he called? Munju responds coldly, he won't come. I told him to stay away. Miji then mentions that she received a call from Do-jin, who was asking about Munju. He has been released. Later, Munju goes to meet Do-jin and notices something unusual in his book. Munju asks, Am I leaving Korea tonight? Will you come with me? But Do-jin refuses. Surprised, Munju reminds him, didn't you once say you wanted to escape too? She then notices his book and asks, can I take this with me? He agrees. As Do-jin signs a paper for her, Munju suddenly pulls out a gun and points it at him. You don't have a choice, you're coming with me. In the next scene, Munju drives with Do-jin tied up in her car. He protests, you've got this wrong. I didn't do anything. But Munju takes him to a cliffside and confronts him. She explains how the same number kept appearing, written on paper identical to the kind used in his book. She dials the number, and Do-jin's phone begins to ring. Munju accuses him, you received a letter from Anderson through Junik. You knew everything. That letter was also with Father Yang. Did you have them both killed? Are you a spy? Do-jin finally confesses. I'm not a spy. I'm an NSA agent, my mission is to hunt spies. For years, we kept watch over your husband. We knew he was an informant. Ji-sung confirmed it. Even your father was a spy. I exposed him, that's why he was killed. Your mother fled to America with you and warned you never to return to Korea. Did you ever ask her why? Enraged, Munju nearly pulls the trigger. But Do-jin frees his hands, reaching for the gun. Just then, Sunhoo appears and shoots Do-jin, saving her. He orders, call your boss. Tell him we're not coming through this port, we'll use another. Munju recalls how Sunhoo had earlier called her, warning, why were you at that port? Did someone lure you there? Don't go, it's a trap. She questions him now, why should I believe you? Sunhoo replies firmly, don't. But know this, I'll always be right behind you. Later, Munju drives toward the port, while Sunhoo visits Hannah's house. Instead, he encounters Ye-sung, Hannah's son. Ye-sung asks, why are you here? My mother isn't home. Sunhoo answers, I didn't come for her. I came for you. Meanwhile, Munju brings Do-jin to a hideout. Suddenly, Akasan arrives with armed men and points her gun at Munju. But Munju mirrors her, aiming back. She demands, why did you kill Junik? Why? Watching remotely, Miji and Chongi whisper to each other, they had told Munju earlier to make Akasan confess before they acted. Elsewhere, Junik flips through an ID card. To his shock, it reveals that his mother is none other than Stella Young. Back at the standoff, after intense pressure, Akasan finally confesses, yes. I killed him. She then orders Hannah, kill Munju. Hannah hesitates and refuses. Furious, Hannah points the gun at Okasan. Declaring, I always knew you murdered my husband. Tonight, I'll take my revenge. Before she can fire, Akasan's men shoot, stopping her. At that moment, Yunhak arrives with his own men, shouting, kill anyone holding a weapon. Chaos erupts. But suddenly, smoke fills the room, Sunhoo has arrived. He shoots his way through, fighting with deadly precision. He grabs Munju, and together they leap out of a window. But in the escape, a bullet strikes Sunhoo. They crash into the water. Munju begins to sink, but Sunhoo clutches her hand tightly, pulling her back to the surface. Their eyes meet. In that desperate moment, they kiss, before the screen fades to black. And with that, the episode ends on a breathtaking cliffhanger. We'll meet again in episode 8, releasing Wednesday.